Hello friends from the Begin at the Beginners workshop. During session 1 we were focusing on combining breath and movement. We were looking at the Ujjayi breath and in particular this week breathing the exhalation out through the open mouth to really hear that more audible sound of the breath as you imagined you were fogging a mirror or a pair of glasses. We were looking at our Sun Salutations. We were also exploring our stride in some of the standing poses in the Warrior 2 family. I'm going to talk you through a few rounds of those Sun Salutations so you can just keep working on that breath movement combination, because as we discussed, it does take time. So just beginning to set that muscle memory, what that feels like, and getting used to something that may be a completely different experience for you. So come to standing at the front of your mat. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Let the hands settle alongside the body with the palms turned out. As you breathe in, scoop the arms up and overhead. Bend the knees, exhale and fold. Fold the mirror. Take the hands to the shins, breathe in and lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, circle the arms up and overhead. Bring the palms to touch and exhale down through to the center of the chest. And again, inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, fog the mirror. Inhale, hands to shins, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. Bend the knees, inhale, scoop the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold the mirror as you bring the hands down through to the center of the chest. One more time, breathing in, take the arms overhead, bend the knees, exhale. Hands to shins, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, palms overhead. Exhale, down to center. Let's add our lunge. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Step the right leg back. Find the left shin vertical. You're on fingertips, or you might have blocks to use at home, or even a jar under each hand or a can under each hand can be helpful to give you that lift and lengthening for the spine, opening for the chest. Actively reach the right leg back. Then bring that right knee down to the mat, step the left leg back. Have the hands a little wider than shoulder width, spread the fingers. Curl the toes under, coming up into downward facing dog. To find our stride between hands and feet, come forward into plank, shoulders over the wrists. It can be helpful to look into a mirror here and notice if your hips are lifting or if the hips are sagging. So finding that more even plane with the hips by engaging back into the heels. Press into the hands and round through the upper back a little. Look forward, lengthen the back of the neck. Then press back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees deeply and feel the spine lengthen. Breathing in. Breathing out through the open mouth. One last breath in. Breathing out. And releasing the knees down to the mat. Take the hands over to the left side of your mat so you can bring the right leg forward. Find the right shin vertical as you lift up the back knee. Lengthen and engage that back leg away from you. Lift up through the chest. Breathe in. Breathing out here. We're bringing this left leg forward. So you may like to bring the knee down first. Then step the back leg to the front of your mat. Take the hands to the shins. Breathe in and lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Circle the arms up and overhead as you inhale. Exhale, hands come down through center. And we'll repeat this, but with the second side. So that will be the left leg stepping back. Let the hands come alongside the body. Breathing in, reaching up overhead. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Hands to shins, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor, stepping the left leg back as far as you can, bringing the right shin vertical. And that may be readjusting the position of the hands forward or back, lifting up through the chest here, engaging the back leg away from you. Release that knee to the floor. Step the right leg back. Ground down through all parts of the hands, particularly that space between first finger and thumb. Lift up the hips and find downward dog by bending the knees. Shift forward into plank just so we can find that distance between hands and feet. And then back into downward facing dog. Relax the neck. Listen to the sound of your breath. One last breath in and breath out. Bringing the knees down to the mat. Send the hands and the weight of the body a little over to the right. Step the left foot to the front of the mat. Moving into your lunge, front shin vertical, engaging the back leg away from you, lifting the chest. Let the right knee come to the floor. If you need to shorten that space a little, just bring the knee a little closer to the front foot and then step the foot forward. Breathe in as you bring the hands to the shins and lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Coming all the way up as you breathe in. Palms connect overhead and exhaling down through center. And if it's helpful, you can watch that segment of the video a few times and just feel into the repetition of the breath. The other thing we were looking at together was finding our stride in some of our standing poses. So you're on the long side of your mat and you're going to step your feet wide. Go on and turn the right foot to the short end of your mat and see that the sides of the right foot are parallel to the long side of your mat. The back foot, the left foot, is going to spin on the ball of that foot so the toes face to the front corner of your mat. As you bring the hands to the hips, bend the knee, find the front shin vertical, the right shin, and just check that you can see your toes there. Notice again if this feels quite challenging for you, if you need to shorten the stance, or maybe you're finding a little more comfort here now and you could lengthen the feet away from each other some more. With the hands on the hips, notice if that right hip is dipping, find that more level plane for the pelvis. Extend the arms, relax the shoulders, and softly gaze over the front fingertips. Straighten the front leg, bring the hands to the hips for a moment. Bend the knee, warrior two. Bringing the right elbow onto the right thigh. Take the left arm up with the palm facing down in your extended side angle. Press into that elbow against the right thigh. Find a little more space through the sides of the body. Strong through the legs. Take a breath in and come all the way up. Give that right leg a little break for a moment. If you've got a block, a jar or a can, have that in your right hand. Bend through the right knee. You're still in this same stride, and take your hand down and that support to the outside of the right ankle. Begin to straighten that right leg a little now, and just notice a stretch through the right hamstring. That may be enough, or you may like to bring the left hand to the rib cage and rotate the ribs. Let that left hand come back to the hip, bend the front knee, press into the feet and come all the way up. Walk the feet in a little closer, just give those legs a little break for a moment so that you can find your stride on the second side. So the legs are wide. This time you're turning the left foot parallel to the long side of the mat. Front heel is in line with the back instep, and you can spin to the ball of that back foot to bring that back hip around in a happier place. Bend through the front knee, bring the shin vertical. Extend the arms and maybe even turn the center of the chest to the long side of your mat. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Just start exploring balance in this new position for the feet. Let the hands come to the hips, straighten the front leg for a moment. We move into side angle, bending the front knee, so you probably won't need to change anything here through the legs. Engaging elbow to thigh, extend the right arm over, palm facing down. Coming all the way up here. And hopefully you've got some sort of prop, some sort of support. I didn't get anything before I stepped onto my mat. That's in your left hand. Bend the left knee and place that down on the outside of the left ankle as we move into our triangle pose. Once you're there, you can start to straighten that left leg. Just notice what you notice. And then as you bend the front knee, let the hands come to the hips. Firmly press into the legs to come all the way up. Walk the feet back together. And if you've taken the time to watch this video, I honor you for setting aside that time to improve your practice, your time on your mat. Remember, it's all just about building muscle memory and confidence. And I'm really looking forward to our next session together. Namaste.